But I mean, Chelsea, you've got to look at and think, well, I've got an unlimited budget. Bearing in mind, financial fair play doesn't pop its head up again. And you have got some quality players. Like you look at Reece James and Chilwell. I know Silva's signed a year extension contract. I know he's getting on, but he's still a very good centre half. You look at some of the youngster players like Fofana and Mudryk. Again, Mason Mount, I'm still not decided on him yet in terms of if I actually think he's good, but there's definitely a player in there if you're a good manager. I'd probably say Chelsea's a little bit more attractive, but I think what is worrying for Chelsea at the moment, if you're a big name manager like Nagelsmann or Enrique, you probably can't trust the owner. He seems like he's a kid in the playground, doesn't he? He's just signing players for the sake of signing players. Like, we haven't got a number 9 and we're spending hundreds of millions of pounds on, like, Mudryk and all these people. It's like, what you need a striker, buy a striker.
See, that's where I sit back and kind of not sympathise, but you kind of think what we're going on behind the scenes, which are like, was Potter that bad? I know you've kind of got they've signed quality players, and I get that people may say you've got to work with what you got, and surely someone's got to make it work. But I mean, having players in Mudryk, signing him for £100 million that's never had any Premier League experience, bringing in not a number 9 as you mentioned. Who else? They bought in Cuckoo that's not come to the club yet. Trying to think who else signed that Ted Bowie signed.
Well, João Felix came in, which seemed like, I mean, he's a good player.
He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
He's a really good player, but is he what they needed? Like we had a discussion about Kane coming to Newcastle, and I said if you had to pay 100 million, I wouldn't take him because I'd rather have that 100 million be spent to improve the squad depth. But if you're gonna spend big on Felix's wages, and I think his loan fee was something ridiculous as well, by the way, why would you not go and loan go to Barcelona? They're having money problems. Go loan Lewandowski or I mean, there would have been somebody out there. Go to Zapata at Atalanta, or even take a chance with Højlund from Atalanta. Go somewhere. Go get a striker. Like, Chelsea haven't replaced Lukaku, and Lukaku his last season at Chelsea wasn't firing.
It's still on loan, though, isn't it?
But he is still only on loan. But I mean, I think
whether there's a recall clause,
come back to Chelsea.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think, why go and get Felix, even though he's a fantastic player? You clearly need a number 9. Like, they clearly need a striker. That is what we've missed the whole season.
See, they've got,
and it's just,
I've not seen too much of it, but like, would you rather play, like, this question? Would you rather play with Kai Havertz, who's not? I mean, he scored some goals for him, but he's not a natural number 9. He's not going to get in the positions. Or would you rather play an Aubameyang that's had so many years' experience as number 9? See, I know his form's awful, his attitude's awful, but you want to play a natural number 9 rather than.
I agree. If behind the scenes Aubameyang isn't causing issues, I think you just got to play Aubameyang. Just stick him in. Like, he's actually played up front. He actually knows how to run defenders, how to run channels, how to play with his back towards goal. Surely a little bit better than somebody who's a natural midfielder. But then I saw a transfer rumour. I know it's stupid talking about transfer rumours and there's 7 games left, but they were looking at Fabian Wirtz or Florian Wirtz from Leverkusen, who again is the number 10. Why sign another German number 10 when you've got Felix and Havertz? Like, what is this guy on? Surely you've got all that money, so you're obviously not a stupid person. Hire somebody who is like a director of football who will literally make them decisions for you.
See,
like, have a team who will highlight where you need to improve and where you need to strengthen. Like, even I'm not being funny, right? But Todd Bowley could open up Football Manager, play about 6 days, have one recruitment meeting, and he would know where he needs to strengthen. Like, a video game can find out where we need to strengthen. How on earth can this guy just be looking at another number 10 for Leverkusen for £100 million? Like, I don't know. That must be what has put Nagelsmann and Enrique off this job, because I can't think of any other reason why you wouldn't want to go to Chelsea. Really, you look at the recent history of one of the most successful teams in the last 20 years. 2 Champions League wins. Why would you not want to go to Chelsea? Enrique and Nagelsmann pulling out would worry me from a Chelsea point of view.
I believe, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Kai Havertz played up front for the Champions League final last season. No, season before.
He did.
Okay.
He did. He scored, but I mean, it wasn't. I watched the game. It wasn't like a fantastic performance. It wasn't like I honestly think both the strikers at Newcastle right now would walk into Chelsea's starting lineup.
I think any striker
what we need. Isaac would. I mean, it's true. Any striker could because we don't have a striker. Like, what about like even someone like Danny Welbeck? I don't get why Chelsea haven't went for a short-term loan with somebody who just anybody would have done.
Well, look at Forest getting Chris Wood out on loan. I know it's Chris Wood and everything, but it's a 9.
It's a striker. Somebody who's played up front.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Todd Woody could have given me a call. I would have done it for like $50,000 a week. I would have been a cheap option.
I'd love to see that. That'd have took this podcast to another level. just be at Chelsea ground interviewing at sidelines, like
a Ben Foster moment. I'll be holding up my shirt. Yeah, I'm signing for Chelsea. I mean, I'm so far behind the pace and so overweight. It doesn't matter, but I'm still better than Havertz up front, right?
It is bizarre though. They've got Aubameyang. Like I said, if you put whether there's any problems going on behind the scenes, you've still got why not play a natural number 9 that.
I mean, I bet you Chelsea's academy, by the way, right, is unbelievable. They must have somebody who's 18, 19.
Yeah, but come on,
what happened to Broja? What happened to him? Is he still there?
Yeah, he had. I think he had an under 23s game, I believe. Or I can't remember whether it were an actual game with Chelsea in like a friendly, or it might have been with the under 23s. But he had a really bad. I don't know if it was a cruciate ligament injury. I believe. Okay, so he got a bad injury. But yeah,
I was going to say, just chuck him in. Like anybody, there must be another one. Like I just don't get. I've had this discussion loads of times, I think, with you and probably others who obviously we talk to, but like you can't underestimate the importance of having a striker play a striker's role. Like it's so important to the whole team. Like again, just because I watch them a lot, Newcastle need a striker. When Wood played, we weren't the same. But you look at any great team throughout like the last 20 years, right? We've always had a striker. Arsenal, Henry. Man United have had plenty. Rooney, Van Nistelrooy. Like out and out striker. Randy Cole, Dwight York. Like even go back to Chelsea. Under your first time, Didier Drogba was like the main guy. Like Man City, Sergio Aguero. I know he turned into like a false nine eventually, but again, Aguero. Like all the top teams from the last 20 years have had quality strikers. Mm-hmm. Like even when you look abroad, look at Napoli at the moment with Osimhen. Like I know Napoli's out with Champions League and stuff, but Osimhen scored 24 goals in 27 appearances.
Yeah,
like play a striker. Just like it's so frustrating. I sometimes feel like football. I love obviously these new underlaps and overlaps and like all this stuff which you look at Pep and wingers coming into the midfield and filling it. Like it's great to watch, but I feel like sometimes we're just overcomplicated. Like have a guy who's mobile, who's strong, who's quick, play him in the middle, let him run the channels. Like it's just so understated. And I mean Brighton, imagine if Brighton had like an out and out striker. Because Brighton are doing what they're doing without a big name striker. Really, I mean, I like Welbeck, but
see, I've praised Brighton. When you think about it, they got rid of Maupay, which obviously I said in the last episode.
It's a great move, isn't it?
That's what they were buzzing. They were buzzing with that him selling Maupay, but then they've replaced him with Undav, which doesn't seem. Obviously, we've just watched the FA Cup semi-final. He didn't look that great. He looks just like a Neil Maupay 2.0. You've got Danny Welbeck, which is you can't really trust him in terms of injuries. He's getting on.
Yeah.
But like back to the whole strike. Like only a handful of teams I can think of is like Man City, Barcelona back in the day, PSG probably now can play without a striker. Like there's only certain teams with certain players that can make it work. Chelsea can't.
I mean, you've got to remember that Barcelona team, by the way, had David Villa
levels
on a wing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if David Villa's on a wing, he's going to pretty much become your striker. But, like, Chelsea are playing without a recognised striker in the starting 11. Even if you played, like, I mean, not that you would do this, because this is Steve Bruce level of stupidity. Even if you had Aubameyang in the first team and put him on a wing. I mean, Bruce actually did that, by the way. Steve Bruce once played Ryan Fraser through the middle as a striker, and he played Dwight Gill on the wing. I still pinch myself why anyone would put Ryan Fraser as a striker and Dwight Gill on a wing when Fraser's a winger and Gill's a striker. Like, he should have been sacked just for that. But even if you had a recognised striker in the starting 11, like, why? What is it with teams not wanting to strike? I mean, look what Man City have done this year. They've bought Haaland, who is an out-and-out striker. And look at, I mean, he's got how many goals? 40-odd? I don't even know. I've lost count.
He's already broke. He's already matched the 32 record by Salah. Yeah. But I'm just looking at Chelsea's squad now. They've got two strikers that are actual out-and-out strikers in terms of Brozier, Aubameyang. But just look at the starting 11. Like, with Lampard now, it just looks such a mismatch. I mean, Kante, obviously, in terms of when it comes to a game, it's going to be completely different. But Kante, they're playing more in a advanced role. Enzo Fernandez, dropping him deep. Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, into bench, João Felix, Mudryk, Sterling. They're just, you can't expect to get goals without a strike. Like, I just don't get what goes through. Obviously, Lampard, Potter can only work with what they got. But
the thing is, Chelsea have spent loads of money, right? You've got Duvan Zapata sitting at Atlanta. The last 3 seasons, he's been unbelievable. He's short term. He's not the long term answer. But if you put someone like Duvan Zapata in that, you probably would have had to pay. I mean, he's 31. You probably would have had to pay, 40, 50 million. It's a lot of money. I get it, but you're already spending 300, 400 million, like 50 million. You may as well get a striker out of it.
Well, they spent
one who's going to do a job. Like, what?
They spent 80 million on a player that's not arriving until summer in Cuckoo, and I mean, I've not watched too much of Leipzig. I don't know if you watched too much of Bundesliga, but it's not a striker, is he? No.
Nah, not really. He can play there, but he is normally he's a bit of a almost Muller position. I'm not saying style of play,
okay,
but positional sense, like Muller's not really an out and out striker, but Muller can play as an inside forward. He can play as a 10. He's one of them. I haven't seen loads of them, but when I have seen him, he hasn't been played as an out and out striker.
So 80 million pounds. You just
go buy anybody. Like, literally, go to Zapata. Go, I don't know, Immobile. Go and get Tammy Abraham. Like, bring him back.
I never got that sale. That sale was ridiculous. Same as tomorrow. I never got that sale. But listen here, Ted Bowie. I'm looking down my camera lens. For anyone that's watching this on Spotify, you can just picture this. There's Neil Maupay on the market for £45 million. Buy him. He's a number 9. He's incredible. Sign him. Okay, now that's on the way.
Also, Todd Bowley, just stay well away from any Newcastle player. Leave us alone.
Wilson Isaac's awful.
Yeah, don't go in there. I know Isaac scored 2 today, but he mishit both of them. They were shocking. And Wilson can't stay fit, so just keep your 400 million and don't go near us. Go sign, I don't know, Rashford or go sign Salah. Just destroy Liverpool single-handedly, and we'll praise you for the rest of the time.
See, I thought I knew how financial fair play works. Like, I thought I had my head around it. But surely financial fair play is going to catch up with Chelsea at some point. Like, if they are signing players on like an 8-year contract, surely it's going to mess up the transfer budgets in terms of so many years' time.
It resets every certain amount of time. And I think, to be honest, the rules are so wishy-washy that it's there to punish the smaller clubs. Like, just wishy-washy. Like, it's pointless. Like, we're literally there. Man City apparently broke the rules, but because it's Man City and we're part of the Big Six, like, it's fine. Forget about it. Everton have broke them. You guarantee you're going to get chucked down to League 2. Like, see you later, Everton.
Been a pleasure, lads.
Said you're not part of the Big Six. Like, goodbye. What happened to Bury FC again? Yeah, see you later. Like, there's only one team in Liverpool anyway who's in the Big Six, so that's all that matters. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, no, I'm not saying that. That's what the Premier League think. The Premier League only think there's one team in Liverpool.
Okay, I'll let you off.
That's why you get such bad refereeing decisions. Don't give Everton anything because we're not in the Big Six. Like, I know, I mean, I get a little bit of stick because Newcastle have had a little bit of, like, VAR switch around, but we still get robbed. I mean, look at the Longstaff one, which was given offside when the ball got cleared off. I'm like, unless you're a big six club,
Yeah.
I just feel like you're safe from financial fair play. Like, you could do whatever you want. City broke the rules, got banned from Europe, appealed it and won. Like, what's that about? It's just in, like, going back to financial fair play, the rules reset, or the finances reset every 3 years or something, like over 3 year or 5 year periods.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, if you're giving somebody 8 year contract, then is it going to avoid it? I don't know. It must be a way of avoiding it. For me, I feel like financial fair play is just.
It's a stop. Yeah, I think you said it. But it's a stop the Championship clubs catching up with the top six. Now is not going to change. Besides, obviously Newcastle, depending on obviously if
Everton.
Yeah, if teams get bought by actual smart billionaires, okay, not Farhad Mansouri, smart billionaires, then the top six may change. Obviously, Newcastle's going to be that conversation from now onwards. But
up at 2.
I mean, just financial fair play is football nowadays in terms of everything. Like, it's so much different compared to what it used to be. It's a joke. The amount of money spent.
I tell you what, there's a thing, by the way. Is that why Enrique, Nagelsmann, have pulled out of Chelsea? Do we know something we don't in terms of financial fair play? Like, I can't understand. And Enrique, maybe I can understand Enrique a little bit more, mainly just because of his style of play. I know Nagelsmann's he's still quite young as well, and his age and stuff goes with him. But why is Nagelsmann turning down Chelsea? Like, he's got an unlimited bank account. He's got really good players there, good young players like James, like Chilwell,
Tuchel might want
like Mount. If you can get a tune out of him, yeah, maybe the German connection. Maybe I don't know. Surely there's something going on there we don't know about, or is it just the owner? Is it just this guy you can't work with?
Was it Ted Bowie or the previous owner that actually got rid of Tuchel? I can't remember. This season feels so long since the World Cup break. Like, it seems like Tuchel were in charge this season.
Yeah, that's seem
bizarre.
Right at all.
No.
But again, by the way, Tuchel's had a nightmare in Munich.
Yeah, kicked out Champions League.
He lost to. Oh, let me find it now. We'll come back to this. He lost to somebody very recently.
Mainz, I believe.
Was it Mainz? It wasn't
3-1, I believe.
Yeah, 3-1 against Mainz. He drew a Hoffenheim 1-1, and he literally scraped a win away at Freiburg, and obviously went out of the Champions League. Like, he's not pulling. I mean, Bayern Munich, he's not pulling no trees. He's the best club and richest club in Germany, and he's still.
See, I just think something's going on behind the scenes. I mean, obviously you heard it news. Leroy Sané and Mane getting into a fist fight. So something's got to be going on behind the scenes.